Welcome to the United Racing Network. My name is Andrew Spears. We're here at the Monster Mile, Dover International in Delaware. I'm joined tonight by my two co-hosts tonight, Ben Martin and Rob McDonald. How are you guys?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm making it, man. Miles the Monster. He is that indeed. This is the fastest mile track that you'll ever run. These banks are crazy, 24 degrees in the turns, 9 degrees on the straights. These guys are racing hard already, and this track is 100% concrete. Did y'all know that?
I did.
I did not.
100% concrete. So these guys are going to have their hands full because concrete's a little bit slippier than asphalt.
Oh, look like somebody got turned around there.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen that. Now, when you get done, guys, there's a casino parked. There's a casino actually built onto the backside of this this track. So we got to go over there and see if we can win a couple of $1 million and quit working the rest of our life.
Hey, I'm down.
I already got my winner's card. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're here tonight with Happy Hour Racing. Last week they did well. They opened the race. Where did they open up last week, Rob?
Were we not at Daytona?
Yeah, we were at Daytona, and I believe we was at Daytona.
Now we're all second guessing.
Yeah, I'm second guessing myself now.
We do some of these broadcasts.
No, we were at Kansas last week.
Oh, Kansas, yeah.
Kansas last week. Yeah, we was at Kansas, and that was a fun race. We did Daytona on Thursday. That's why we got a little confused.
Right, yeah.
But let's take a look at the championship standing, guys. So the championships right now, Mason Nill's in the lead with a strong lead at 51 points, but right behind him is Donald Warren. Now, Donald Warren is one of the newer guys. I don't remember seeing him around a lot last season. He was still a part of Happy Hour, but he wasn't one of the contenders last year. And right now, he's got 48 points. Brandon McLaughlin is 1 point behind him. Spencer Brown's behind him. Killenbeck, and you can see it goes down the list. So these guys are racing hard for points. You know, we're week 2 out of this season number 3 for Happy Hour. So we'll see where we are in a few weeks for this for sure. So we should see some good numbers tonight. Wayne Lowe currently holds the fastest time at 23.01 seconds, and he's doing well for sure. So
Absolutely, and it doesn't seem like he has the fastest top speed either, which is amazing. Just goes to show you his technique must be, or his driving line must be a little bit different than the rest of these guys out here.
yeah, well, they say slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and that really is big here. At a track like Dover, you have to hit your marks just right, and if you can hit your marks, you may do well. As you see Wayne right there driving that number 4 car.
Still don't have a sponsor.
No, he's accepting sponsors, but anybody wants to sponsor him. So,
Well, we all start somewhere, right? So.
that's right. Dominic Hughes and Tyler Robertson just overtook him for the fastest time. They both ran a 22.96 and a 22.98. They both ran too.
Like low at something wrong with the car there. It's scraping up against that inside wall.
Yeah, for sure. And
it seems like all of them are scraping as they go around these corners.
yeah, and hopefully we won't see a lot of cautions tonight. Now Dover, even in the real world for these guys, have caused some issues for these next gen cars. So we'll see how these guys can overcome the monster tonight of Dover, and see where they are sitting and see how well their cars look after 150 laps tonight.
Yeah, that's it's going to be interesting to see how they do look. Now these guys do have. Is he going to hold it? No, he's not.
Oh, that was going to be a drift for the ages if he held that there.
So they do have two quick repairs. I believe it's only 2 sets of tires and a 70% load for fuel.
Really? Well, and these guys are going to have an extended practice. They actually got started late due to a technical difficulty from iRacing on their part. So it wasn't our fault this time. It wasn't our fault. For once it wasn't our issue. So with that, we're going to actually do some pre-race interviews tonight with some of the drivers that'll be racing tonight. And I'm gonna really I want to talk to some of the newer guys, and then I want to bring in Mansfield because he wasn't here last week, and see how he's going to redeem himself in the points. Now, keep in mind for points tonight, guys, there are drop races that people can get into, and what we mean by drop races is like if you do very terrible at the end of the season, they'll drop your worst 2 races and adjust your points from there. So, you know, with Mansfield not making last week, he could potentially drop that race and win this race and be back at the top of the points. So,
Absolutely. So, who you guys feeling for your pick tonight? You got anybody in your sights so far?
I do actually. Mansfield is my guy tonight.
Oh, okay.
Mansfield wasn't here last week, so we couldn't really pull for him too much. But I am going to be pulling for Mansfield tonight. He's repping that autism awareness car. He's mentioned it last season that his son is actually he's actually on the spectrum of autism. So he reps the hell out of that car in every series that he races in. So,
got into the wall a little bit. How about you, Rob?
So tonight I'm going to go with one of the newer guys to the league. I'm actually going to go with Dominic Hughes. Now, the reason I'm going with him, not because he's sitting at, you know, with the fastest lap in practice currently. I've raced with him in multiple series, and he's always a really hard driver. And if he can get out front, he likes to extend his lead, and it's really hard to try and reel him back in.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to make my pick. I am going to pick Eddie Baker because that guy, he always seems like he makes it up to the front. And no matter what you do, you can't shake him off. So I'm going to go ahead and say Eddie's going to have this one in the bag this week.
I like your picks. We definitely have some strong ones tonight with Mansfield setting up front, Dominique setting up front, and Eddie Baker. They're all in the top 5. So everybody else that may show us up, you know, Matt Stewart says this is his first race this season. With us, he was out last week. Matt Stewart is a long veteran of the old series that Outlaw used to run. I mean, that Happy Hour used to run with, which is Outlaws. And now he's here, and he did excellent in those series when we were back at that other group. So, you know, he's also a contender tonight. Malcolm Whiting's a contender. Kevin Coleman's a contender. As long as we can stay green, we're going to see some good racing all night long. There's always going to be some pack racing tonight because this track is so short. Like I said in the intro, this is the fastest 1 mile track that NASCAR has. These guys are getting upwards to 170, 160 miles an hour, and that's their average speeds right now. So it's gonna be a good race to watch for sure. So with that being said, let's talk to some of our guys if we can pull them in here. Rob, you want to see if Brian Mansfield's able to come in and talk?
Yeah, I'll see if we can get him on the radio here.
Calls pick his crew chief.
Brian, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Yep, I got you.
Hey, Brian. So just a few questions since we got a little extended practice from the issue that iRacing had. What's your strategy tonight? How do you think you're going to do tonight? We're watching you right now, and you're repping that beautiful autism awareness car like you do every season. So what's your strategy to get that number 11 to victory lane tonight?
You know, track position here is going to mean a lot because if you get to the back, it's hard to get back to the front. Pit strategy. The race is 150 laps long. We can go roughly, I think, a little over 70 laps, I think, what I've calculated on fuel. So if we have some cautions, you know, you could maybe stretch it one stop and save your tires. We'll see. I tell you, the hardest thing is going to be getting on and off pit road because, you know, getting on pit road here is bad. And getting off is even worse because it is slick.
Yeah, for sure. Have you noticed from the Gen 6 to the next gen here at Dover that it's a little more slipperier than normal?
Oh, definitely. The cars are a lot freer out the turn. It seems to be worse if you come out the turn on the bottom. And to me, turn 4 seems to be a little worse than turn 2. But yeah, the back end of these will step out on you, and if you try to correct it, it'll just come on around with you. the thing here at Dover, is Andrew. This is, as you know, this is a fast place, and things happen fast. And with walls on the inside and outside, there's nowhere to run if there's a wreck.
Nope, you just gotta lock her down and hope you don't get involved for sure. Well, Brian.
Now, I got a quick question. One more question for you there, Brian. Coming off of last night's win, how are you carrying that energy into tonight's race?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's two different cars. Of course, with the Indy car, they drive a lot like a go-kart compared to these next-gen cars. But right now, sitting top 5 in practice. A lot of tough competition here tonight. We got a lot of people coming back out and race with us. Hadn't raced in a little while. Matt Stewart's back out with us tonight. You got some of our new guys here tonight. Wayne Lowe's going to be tough. Of course, Tyler Robertson and Eddie Baker's always tough guys. And, you can't count out DJ Kenner and Mike Whiting. So it's going to be a fun night here at Dover. I think fans are definitely in for a show.
Yep. Well, Brian, you're my pick tonight, buddy. I hope you don't let me down, and I hope I'm talking to you here after 150 laps.
I hope so, too. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, buddy. All right.
What a guy.
Yep. Who did you pick real quick? Rob?
I picked Dominic Hughes. It doesn't look like he's in radio contact.
Is Ben's pick?
Eddie Baker, it seems like he might be, so let's see if we can just get him to chat here.
Yep, he just actually turned it into the wall down on the front stretch.
Yeah, all right. Eddie, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me, bud?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right. Well, we're here at Dover, the fastest mile that NASCAR has. How's the track feeling here tonight?
Slick. It is very, very slick.
I can just imagine. I mean, it is a little different being it not asphalt and it being 100% concrete. Are tires going to play as much of a factor tonight as they do in other races?
I got a strong suspicion they will. That's provided we get long green flag runs. I don't really see that happening. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to do a lot of caution laps, so it's going to be a battle of track position tonight. But if we do happen to get long green flag runs, there's definitely going to be some people that burn their stuff up, and there's going to be some people that kind of take it easy. And people taking it easy are who you're going to look out for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Andrew.
One of the things, Betty, that I just want to point out to you to kind of piss you off a little bit, but I picked Brian to win tonight, so I don't want you too mad at me. But
hey, it's all right though, Eddie, because I picked you. So I know you and that Mountain Dew car are going to take us home tonight.
Hell yeah, we are. We're going to do our best to get up front. We've had a pretty bad string of races all last week. We started off pretty poor this week. Somehow squeaked out a Truck Series win, so hopefully we keep that momentum going.
Absolutely, man. And like I was telling the guys a minute ago, you're always up front no matter what you're racing. So, I got all the faith in the world in you, buddy.
I appreciate that. Hopefully we put this thing in victory lane tonight.
yeah,
Amen.
sure.
Crack open the Mountain Dew for us.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, you got less than 10 minutes of practice, and the way it sounds, you're going to need it. So we're going to get out of here and let you go back to doing what you do best, man, and that's going to the front.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate you. Thanks for the broadcast, and we'll go give it hell.
Adios.
And I want to talk to one of the new guys. Let's talk to Jeremy Gaiman here in the number 9 car. He's on track right now currently. He's wrecking the number 95 right now. Mr. Brown.
Every time we bring up somebody's name.
Yeah, they're wrecking. All right. Jeremy, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy.
All right.
So, real quick, before Robin and Ben get a hold of the questions, I just want to ask you, man, you doing well? You've been doing well in this series so far. What's your thoughts about Happy Hour so far and how the guys are racing?
Might be having a little technical difficulties here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You with me, Jeremy?
Well, Jeremy, if you can hear us, just tell your crew chief to poke us if you get radio contact back.
All right, we'll chat with him later there.
Yep. Well, we'll get in touch with some of these new guys here soon. But with that being said, guys, Rob, Ben, just real quick, what are you looking out for tonight when it comes to these guys racing? What do you think we'll see?
Rob, I'll let you handle that question first.
Well, as Eddie said, they're preying on these long green flag runs. You're going to see guys burning out the tires. So these veteran drivers, you'll see them kind of sitting back and, saving their fuel, saving their tires, so that when these guys in the front that are burning them out start to drop off, they're able to capitalize on it. That's what they're praying for, and that's what I hope we see. But as you heard Eddie say, this may be a caution fest here tonight.
And I'll just go off and say, I'm not too familiar with the Monster Mile. I'm learning a lot about it as the night goes on, reading my fact sheet real quick. Based off everything I'm seeing, it's going to go one or two ways, and I think it's leaning more so in the way of cautions based upon how these guys are spinning out tonight. I think it's going to be a tough race. It's going to be a race for on the tires for these guys, and it's going to be a fast one. So I just hope these guys can keep their all four wheels on the ground and give us some good, clean racing.
Yeah, and the Miles the Monster loves to chew up cars and spit them out, and you'll see that really happening when it comes off of when the people come off of turn 2, come off of turn 4. That wall is going to grab you, as you see Brant Mansfield kind of get loose there on qualifying. These guys are going to have a tough time. The tires come in about 5 laps in, and
which is pretty amazing. It takes so long.
Yeah, but I mean, it may take a little bit less time because the track temperature is 99 degrees, and we'll go over the full weather and stuff in a minute. But track temperature is 99 degrees, so we have the optimal racing temperature as it sets right now to race with these tires. So I'm looking at people to post some good times tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
With that being said, guys, we're going to go through here and look at some of the guys that are qualifying. Looks like Wayne Lowe, Dominic Hughes, Frank Miles. It looks like everybody except for Jimmy Emos, DJ Kenner, and Spencer Brown are on track qualifying right now. Now, these guys are not going to be on the track at the same time. They're doing long qualifying sessions, but we are going to jump through and look at everybody qualifying. Won't take them long. You got 2 laps on a mile track. It's taking them 23 seconds to get around. So qualifying laps shouldn't take too long.
There's John Scher.
Yeah, John, he did really well at Kansas last week. In fact, he just posted a 23.9 on his best time, and that was his second lap. So he's backing it down, taking the pits.
I believe he's a new guy this season, if I'm not mistaken.
He is.
Yep.
And as these guys are wrapping up qualifying, y'all mind if we take it to an ad break?
No, let's go.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. We'll be right back after this short break from our sponsors. All right, guys, let's get ready to go racing here. Rob, what was the fastest lap time you've seen out there tonight?
Right now, our fastest time is going to be put out by Michael Whiting with a 22.96.
Right behind him, though, is Tyler Robertson with a 22.97.
But right behind him is my man Eddie Baker with a lap time of, what is that, 23.404. 04.
Yeah, 23.04.
Yep.
Good lap time for sure. This is going to be a race of the ages, is what people like to say. You know, I'm going to go back to some of my lines from last season. You know, these guys are going to have to make the money moves to get to the front, take holes that may not have been there, and hopefully these guys don't run out of talent. That's the big thing that I'm concerned with tonight, is these guys running out of talent here for the Monster Mile. As we get ready to go racing, we have about a minute left, and qualifying. Everybody's done about qualified except for DJ Kenner, and that is because DJ likes to start in the back and work his way to the front.
I like that strategy.
And to be honest with you, it works for him. I tried it. I can't do it.
Oh man. Hey, and real quick before it slips my mind, we did make a error earlier in the tires and fueling strategy. Rob, you want to clear that up?
Yeah, so the drivers have 3 extra sets of tires, so they have 4 sets total, and they're only running on 80% fuel load, not 70.
Okay, so these guys are going to be able to run a little bit longer, and the way it sounds is if they can keep their tires fresh, they may have enough to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Well, but they're running a ton more laps than what do we run usually? 80 laps, something like that. And we're running 150. I mean, that's quite the drive for these fellas.
Yep, they're doing 150 miles tonight. You know that?
Yeah.
Yep.
150 miles. Well, as we get ready to go green, guys, looks like Michael Whiting's going to be bringing everybody down to the stripe in that Geico Restart Zone. Now, I want to just take a second and talk about that Geico Restart Zone before we go through the grid here. The Geico Restart Zone is only 150 feet at Dover. A lot of 150s here tonight. But it's only 150 feet. So the restart zone is extremely small. So, it's either if the leader gets to the end of the green flag or the end of the Geico Restart Zone and they're not green, then the flagman waves it and then the leader can get past. So they've got to make some critical decisions tonight. Now, Rob, let's go down through the list.
Alrighty. So starting first, we're going to have Michael Whiting. Second, Tyler Robertson. Third, Eddie Baker. Fourth, Dominic Hughes. Fourth, Wayne Lowe. Sixth, Kevin Coleman. Seventh, John Shearer. Eighth, Brendan McLaughlin. Ninth, Brian Mansfield. And 10th, Frank Hughes.
All right. In that 11th position, Mr. Matt Stewart's going to be starting 11th. And 12th is Mike Killenbeck. And 13th, Don Warren. 14th, Jeremy Gaiman. 15th, Spencer Brown. 16th, Jimmy Amos. All right. Stuff's getting a little messed up here. Hang on just a second. Emos. 15th is Spencer Brown. 16th is Jimmy Emos. 17th is Gabe. And 18th is DJ Kenner. So these guys should have 2 laps, but I could be wrong. These tracks are confusing when it comes to that stuff. And let's take a look at the race info really quick tonight. Track temperature fell just by a point. It's 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather temp 68 degrees. Humidity is 49%. So the concrete's going to be a little bit dry tonight. And that wind actually increased to 8 miles an hour tonight. So it's
it changed because last night it was 6 miles an hour.
Yep. Hey,
Well,
we're going back
season-
green, guys. Hang on, we're going green.
Let's go.
Yep, that green flag's in the air, and we're green. Sorry about that. I thought it was 2 laps.
Looks like we have Michael Whiting and Tyler Robertson fighting for that first place position, but it looks like Michael solidifies his first place.
Everybody kind of gets together. Looks like that back car, Frank Hughes, definitely got a little loose there. I'm sorry, Gabe got a little loose there.
Hey, one of these days we're going to have to got somebody making a move.
Somebody actually falling back there in the back. And no caution flag is out yet. Mike Killenbeck did survive that.
Yeah,
like
I think
that was Jimmy. Jimmy's riding
Dominic
out.
Hughes just took over from Michael Whiting.
He did, and he needs to get off the wall or something. Because he's trying to get down now. Woo. Okay. He's off the wall finally, guys. And it looks like Jimmy is going to be going to the pits to get a quick repair. No caution flag has went out because of him. I take that back. Caution is out now.
Yeah, Michael Whiting seems to have had an issue here.
It may have contacted the wall. Oh.
Yeah, he's still around on the backstretch there. We are 4 laps in, and we're under our first caution of the night.
Guys, I think this is going just about how we planned it would, being how slick this track is. These guys are pushing these cars so hard on cold tires like that. So, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. Oh,
Yeah, it looked like he got turned there.
yeah, it does. But why did he fall back so much? That's one thing I'm trying to figure out.
He may have contacted the wall a little bit and it pushed him back because he was sitting around the 5th position when that happened. So
Yeah, it looks like the 114 car. It's a car, ain't it? Maybe the 714. Yeah, the 714 car got into Mike Whiting there and got him spun around there on that restart, and that put him into the wall. And it looks like the car kind of got stuck there in the wall. So
yeah. Now there was another person wall riding. Do we know who that was?
that was Jimmy Emos.
Okay.
Emos. He is still currently sitting on pit road. He's got some damage to that front end for sure. As these guys come down pit road, and now strategies are starting to play out already in the race. So we'll see how we do tonight with race strategies, stuff like that. But Dominic Hughes did make that pass, like you stated, for that front position over Kevin Coleman and Mike Whiting, both. So you can just see the banking on the backstretch, how high it is. That's crazy.
That's how they're able to make these lap times so fast.
Yeah.
You know,
G-forces.
without that, they'd be breaking.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to brake to get into these corners, and they would have to stay off the gas as much as possible, stay in the corners, because you just slide getting in and out of the corners. So Brian Mansfield did say that if we had green flag runs, it would be hard to get on the pit road, and I see why now. You're coming off of 24 degree bankings in the turn, down to 9 degree in the apron there. So it's a big transition.
Yeah, the car can easily get upset doing that as well, which you want to be careful about.
Yep. And these guys, like I said, are already starting to do some fuel strategies tonight. They're starting to do some just the race engineers, crew chiefs are looking at the cars and seeing how far we can get it to last now. If this is going to be a caution fest, unfortunate as it is, if that is the case, you know, whoever is able to get up front during the green flag runs has a good shot at winning the race and adding to their points for the season.
Yeah. Well, like you heard Brian Mansfield say, you know, if you're in the back, it's hard to pass here. So, yeah, once these green flag runs get going, you know, the leaders just want to extend their lead as far as they can, and then really just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride, because they know that, you know, once people get up to them, it's hard to find an area to pass.
Yeah, for sure. As this pace car is going to take them through one more lap after this, they'll come down to that small restart zone, and it looks like Dominic Hughes in that number 43 car is going to be the one that is going to be the command car. Now, Ben, explain the restart zone if you can to people that don't know what it is.
Yeah, so the restart zone, so when the pace car takes off the track, the leader has to set the pace. And at any point in that restart zone, and that was it 150 feet here?
It is 150 feet.
Any point in there in that restart zone, the leader can go ahead and start the race. And any time after that, if the leader hasn't, you know, waved the green flag, essentially, the second place guy can go. I mean, it's really up to the driver, first place position on this one.
Yep, but inside that blue restart zone, the number 2 car cannot jump the outside car, whoever is leading.
Yeah, that'll be a black flag.
It will be a black flag, and they'll have to do a pass-through. So Tyler Robertson, you may see him hang back. Eddie Baker is on the outside behind Tyler Robertson. Kevin Coleman's in that inside position behind Dominic Hughes. And they're going to come off here, and we're going to get back green. Rob, take screen.
All right, so as we round out turn 4, the pace car is going to dip off. You see that banking coming into play there. And Dominic Hughes is going to lead us down to that Geico Restart zone.
Green flag.
And we are waiting back green.
Yeah, that was a big checkup there. And that may have caused some headaches to the field here.
Could have been a strategy there by Dominic.
It could have very well been, but normally these guys do not like that.
No.
Because, you know, when people check up like that, it just creates a massive accordion effect, and that's when, you know, people will get into the back of the car in front of them because they're anticipating that green flag, and it looks like we're going. Oh no, we're not under caution again. I just saw it pop up, but I guess we're not.
No, we're still green. And these guys are doing well. They're starting to get in that line and just looking for the guy in front of them to make that mistake here. You know, the fastest line around this track is down low, but the front tires, the front right is the main tire you have to worry about in this race going down. And Brandon McLaughlin's all over the back end of John Stewart here. And these guys are, like I said, in line. They are basically waiting for the guy in front of them to make a mistake. Now, Dominic Hughes has pulled out to lead right now, almost a half a second ahead of Kevin Coleman. But Kevin Coleman's not one to make his move early.
Oh, Kevin's coming from 6th place. He's done well tonight.
Yeah, he always does, and you know, he's one of those racers that just likes to sit and wait, like Andrew said. So right now, you know, as hard as he is racing, he's actually, you know, saving as much as he can so that, you know, in anticipation for these long green flag runs where we heard that, you know, tires will become an issue and the guys that are really pushing will start to burn their tires down. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Dominic is pushing that car really hard, really soon, and hopefully that doesn't come to mind.
Well, let me tell you about that strategy that he's doing. If you can get ahead like that, as you see Dominic actually falling back here.
Interesting.
It's like Jimmy Amos has crashed again. I just see somebody squarely on the back end. Looks like we got a battle now for that front position, and we're still green. We're 14 laps coming down to the 15th lap here. Kevin Coleman's going to pass on the inside. Looks like the 43 car, Dominic, is going to grab that wall and going to give Kevin Coleman, Tyler Robertson, and Eddie Baker a pass at the bottom line there on that inside line. And caution is out.
What's your car doing, bud?
Looks like Jimmy is back into the pits. He's having a tough time tonight.
Yeah, these cars are not easy to drive.
No, not at all. We're going to go back and take a look at what happened there with Jimmy. He just looks like he just gets loose and grabs that inside wall. And that's where he wrecks it right there. We put that ally crossing there.
We just installed it.
Yeah, we're going to get a better look at that here by the dynamic cameras here.
I think he takes a pretty hard lick right there and right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's definitely worthy of a quick repair if he's able to use it. So that's the reason, more than likely the reason caution number 2 has come out tonight. We're going to check the caution flag that actually has been labeled caution flag and just see. It looked like it was on. There's some slow cars.
Looks like we have some guys possibly pitting if I'm reading that right.
yep. Looks like they from 10th place all the way back to 16th. Those come in.
McLaughlin was the reason for the caution flag. Actually, it was not Jimmy.
Ah.
Looks like he just got slowed down. Killenbeck got slowed down, and caution flag come out to get everybody to not kill one another there. So.
We got Kevin Coleman sitting in first place. Who would have thought? He's up here every week. He seems to be in first place at some point. If he doesn't win, he's always leading the pack at some point.
Yeah, and he's doing it for the points.
Yeah.
That's all he's
Great
doing
driver.
it for. Yeah, he's a good driver for sure. Rob, run us down 1 through 18 for me.
All right, so we got Kevin Coleman sitting first. Second is going to be Dominic Hughes. Tyler Robertson in third. Eddie Baker fourth. Jeremy Gaiman in fifth. Frank Hughes in 6th. Brian Mansfield 7th. Gabe Abdelhamid in 8th. Don Warren in 9th. Wayne Lowe in 10th. Mike Killenbeck 11th. Matt Stewart 12th. Brandon McLaughlin in 13th. DJ Kinner in 14th. John Shear 15th. Spencer Brown 16th. Michael Whiting in 17th. And Jimmy Emos in 18th position.
Good job. Yeah, these guys are definitely racing hard. We had a good little green flag run there. If we can have a lot of those, maybe we'll see some good racing. I'm really curious what happened with Dominic. He just looked like he fell back a lot. So I'm curious if he smacked that wall and it just happened to cause him to come back a little bit. Now, another guy that's been having it tough tonight is Jimmy Emos for sure. He's driving the number 950 car, that orange and white car in the back there.
Yeah, I don't recognize that name. Are you familiar?
He was here last week for the Kansas race.
Oh,
He's
okay.
one of the new guys.
Yeah, I believe he was in the truck series as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I recognize him based off of his licensing right here. Okay.
Yep. But Michael Whiting is the toughest break of the day so far on where we are in the race. Michael Whiting fell back 16 positions to be where he is right now, and that 17th position is actually considered a lap down. Maybe 2 laps down. I'm not completely sure. I think he may be 2 laps down. So, and the biggest mover of the race is a tie between Gabe Abdelhamid. Did I say it right?
Abdelhamid.
I'm gonna get it right. And Jeremy Gaiman. Both of these guys are our biggest movers. They both have 9 positions gained so far in this race, and they're still pushing their way to the front.
Absolutely, both fantastic racers. Gabe and Jeremy have both been really consistent throughout this series, and all the racing that they have been doing this season. So hats off to those 2 gentlemen.
Yes, sir. So, Ben, I know you ended up with a bag of marbles in your mouth last week.
No, don't do it to me. Don't do it to
I'm
me.
going to let you bring us down to the green. You heard Rob do it. I think you could take care of it.
Just remember, it's the Geico Restart zone.
Yeah, it's the racing zone.
Yeah, they definitely start their races there.
We're coming into turn 3, actually coming into turn 4 now. About to approach the Geico Restart zone. We got Kevin Coleman who's going to take us green here. Let's see what he's got as we are approaching.
Green.
And we are green.
Yep, Dominic Hughes he held back a lot there. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but he definitely held back there on that outside, holding up that entire outside line. Eddie Baker was held up. Frank Hughes was held up. Mike Killenbeck was held up. And Dominic Hughes, after leading the first few laps of the race like he did, now he's fallen back to 4th.
I'm sure there's some cussing going on right now.
Maybe not. He may be all playing into a strategy, guys. So.
Could be, yeah.
Well, you sit back there, you get in the draft, you save a little bit of fuel, so that way you're not running the car flat out the entire time. You kind of coast.
It's that, and then a mental game that these guys got to think about. That this is a longer race than they're used to, so there's no need to make these crazy moves so soon.
Yeah, for sure. You see some guys hitting the ball. Brandon McLaughlin's on the apron, but he seems to be saving it. As he's taking it still on the apron, he can't get up yet. He can't get up on the track yet to get back into playing field, so he's going to let everybody by safely, and he's just going to take it back up after coming off of it. It will look to be pit road, so.
It's a smart move by him so we can keep it.
Go back and check on Dominic Hughes. He's settled in there in that 4th position. Another thing that we hadn't really talked about much was lap traffic tonight. On these long green flag runs, lap traffic is going to be a factor for these guys. Yeah. It's kind of like a Bristol situation. Lap traffic can interfere with the leaders and cause people in the back to come to the front. So we'll see how they handle that tonight as they come up to these guys if it comes down to that position. Tyler Robertson's making a move on Kevin Coleman, who's gaining that position, and we have a position battle for that front position right now.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, from first until the lap traffic, there's only about a 7-second gap between Kevin Coleman and Brendan McLaughlin. So lap traffic, if we stay green, we're probably looking at around 10 or so laps before we're dealing with lap traffic.
Should be if they continue the same game that they're doing.
Yeah.
And Eddie Baker's trying to get his nose involved in that too. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but he's sticking his nose in there on Tyler Robertson.
Well, you know the way Eddie Baker races. He likes to put the pressure on the guys in front of him so that he can almost force him to make a mistake as he gets a little loose there. And that'll drop him back from the tail of Tyler Robertson.
If he could just get hooked up with Hughes on the draft, he might be able to work his way back up there fairly.
Yeah, the draft, though, is not really something you have to look at here. It's more of what line is faster for you. This track does involve some drafting, especially on the straightaways, but when you get in those turns, that draft is cut off completely. So,
Really, the only thing it's good for is a little bit of speed, as you see Tyler Robertson dive to the inside there.
Secures that.
Yeah,
he
he's gonna
secured
take
it
that
for a
first
second.
position.
He secured it for a second, but it's a crossover coming by Kevin Coleman here, and it doesn't look like it's going to, because Tyler Robertson's going to defend that inside.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the draft is good for a little bit of speed and fuel saving only, basically. It's not like a normal super speedway where you're relying on the draft to get around the track as fast as you can.
Looks like Gabe is making it 3 wide here.
Just about.
No, that was Dominic Hughes. He's fell back all the way to that 12th position so far as he grabs the outside of Gabe. Brady 3 seconds apart. And you're seeing people starting to file out, running their own races now. We're 31 laps into this 150-lap race, 31 miles into a 150-mile race. So we've put up about a fifth of the way. These guys are going to have to start thinking about pit stops here, probably about lap 50. And lap 50 is going to be approaching quick.
Oh yeah, especially at these speeds. These guys, I'm sure, already have their pit strategy sorted out. Now, it really comes down to if we get a caution or not, if it's going to put a wrench in their plan.
Yep, and looks like Eddie Baker's going to get loose there coming out of 4, and that's going to give the opportunity of the number 23 car, Frank Hughes, to make that inside attempt to passing him. And it looks like Frank Hughes and him is still battling. Frank Hughes is going to overtake. Eddie Baker's going to fall back as Kevin Coleman gets loose in front of Frank Hughes. Frank Hughes is just knocking him off left and right. I'm sorry.
Kevin got with Eddie, as a matter of fact, so they're both struggling right now.
Yep, Frank Hughes has moved his way up to second. Kevin Coleman is still fighting that car. Let's go inside his car tonight. This camera is sponsored by JP Alfonso Studios. Thank you, JP. Let's take a ride with him.
Hear that footwork.
As you see the number 16 car of Don Warren making the pass. Kevin Coleman is definitely fighting this car now. You see the steering wheel there. He's got to start adjusting some things. He can't survive much longer like that.
What's the track temp sitting at?
97 degrees. We're optimists here.
I was wondering if maybe a dip below that threshold again.
Kevin Coleman's falling back. The number 4 car, Wayne Lowe's passed. Don Warren's trying to attempt that pass again. Kevin Coleman's falling back a lot now.
Now, did he get into Eddie Baker a little bit?
I don't remember seeing it, no. They may have gotten close, but I don't think so. As you see, Brian Mansfield is moving his way up to third now.
Oh, heard that.
It kind of scared me. I jumped there for a second. Looks like that was going to be looks like that was Jimmy Amos there, or Amos, whatever his last name is, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We've all been there.
We've been there.
Yeah, he's been struggling all night long with that wall. Miles the Monster is got him in his sights right now. He's kind of like Vecna from Stranger Things, you know.
There you go. Love that reference.
If any of you guys are on the Stranger Things kick, you'll get it. But he just keeps reminding him of that wall, and I hope he can get it figured out because he's getting passed up right now. And my man Brian Mansfield has moved to the second position.
You know, I do think Jimmy is just kind of staying close to that wall because as the leaders come by him, he realizes he is a little slower, so he's going to keep it up on that wall so that everybody else can take that fast lane on the bottom so he's not in the way.
Yeah. And you see Jeremy Gaiman take that low line beside him, so I understand what you're saying there.
He might not be too familiar with this track, or might not have too much seat time here, and it might be, into the wall again. He's got to have some kind of suspension damage on that thing.
Yeah, he's just trying to survive now. He's already used his 2 quick repairs after the 2 incidents that's happened, so he's just in a
survival mode.
Yeah, he's in a position of survival right now. We're not going to talk about his misfortunes much longer. Let's go back to the front here. Tyler Robertson has got a commanding lead over Brian Mansfield at 3 seconds. But Brian Mansfield is pulled away from the rankings. All the guys that we were talking about earlier, that top 5 has changed dramatically.
Yep. It's crazy. As soon as we mention one of them, it seems like they all start falling back.
Yep.
I can't say names anymore. The curse lives on.
First, the United Racing Network. The Gremlins are out striking again. And as we approach our number lap 44, 6 away from lap 50, we're going to start talking about pit strategies. Now, I do want to take a look at the pit stats here from these guys that are in the top 10. We've already seen some people pit. Lowe has pitted. Shura has pitted. Don Warren has pitted. DJ Kenner's pitted, and Mike Killenbeck is pitted. They all pitted on lap 16 under that second caution. So they're going to actually stay out a little bit longer there as you see the number 714 car of John Shura get a little loose coming off turn 4. But there's a lot of the top 10 that's going to stay out when we go under green flag pit stops. But people like Tyler Robertson, Brian Mansfield, Eddie Baker, Kevin Coleman, all these guys are going to have to come to the pit this year.
Yep, that'll give them a second wind, I think, especially if they take a set of tires here. I think maybe that's what happened to Kevin, as he maybe cooked the tires off. That's the only thing I can think of aside from maybe getting into Eddie there. So he might be looking for that pit right now, looking forward to it rather, so he can straighten that car back out.
Yeah, and 95 car, Spencer Brown's coming back onto the track here. It showed that he was on pit lane there. So these green flag pit stops may have started.
Yeah, and they're going to be tough, so it'll be something to watch out for sure. These guys are probably running about 50-55 laps of fuel. At least as close as my calculations can get without actually being in the car.
Yeah, for sure. And
typically you're pretty good with that.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Kenner and Kevin Coleman are back there side by side, are back there in the same position, around the same position. Kevin Coleman and DJ Kenner are still in the lead lap, and they're about a second and a half of between one another. So maybe them two can link up and head back to the front. And DJ's already gained 10 positions from his last starting position. Knew he would be doing well, though. He does it every season, or every time he races.
Just going down the list, I could be having a brain fart. Dominic Hughes is out of the race. Was that from the last incident we had?
I'm not sure. I don't know why he went out.
Yeah, that's. I don't recall us talking about that, but again, could be me.
Michael Whiting is on pit road now. Number 44 Chevy Needham Electrical Supply is on the.
Yeah.
Not sure where that's out of, but you know, if it's a real sponsor, we'll just give him a little bit of screen time.
Absolutely. It's a slick looking paint scheme he's got going on. Guys, I think this race is turning out to be a little bit better than maybe I at least had anticipated. I know we had a few cautions up front, but you know, since then, I mean, can't really complain.
No, I'm not complaining.
No,
Somebody's
not at all.
calling.
Yep.
Looks like Robinson still has a 3-second lead, or about 3.5-second lead over Brian Mansfield. And then Wayne Lowe is about almost 3 seconds behind Brian Mansfield as he actually comes into the pits. So Wayne Lowe and Frank Hughes have actually entered the pits.
Oh, somebody spun around. Who is that? That is Wayne Lowe has spun in the pits.
Wayne Lowe and Frank Hughes there. So they're trying to get down off the track and get to pit road speeds before they hit that commitment cone.
Yeah, Brian said it best. You know, we're gonna see some of these guys have trouble getting into the pits, and you can see right there that in fact is the case. But if you go to your, if you look at the times here, it does look like we are about two solid seconds off of the fastest times that we were having earlier. So I do think these tires are dropping off the car. It's definitely having some sort of effect, because 2 seconds, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, as these guys get going around the track, they do slow down because, as you said, you know, those tires tend to lose grip over time. So they do slow down quite a bit. But, I mean, you can't really push, you know, a 23.18 the entire 150 laps, because you will just eat all of your tires and end up destroying the car.
Absolutely.
And putting you out of the race.
See, is Kevin hadn't hit the pits yet, has he?
I don't believe he has, no.
Yeah, it looks like he's.
Or he pitted on lap 16. Can't remember which one it was.
I don't think he had pit when we looked earlier, so he's just soaking up every ounce of fuel he can before he gets in there.
So I may have been wrong, because they're sitting at, you know, lap 57 right now. Actually, Gabe Abdelhamid has come into the pits. Well, he's actually leaving the pits there now.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I may have to take another phone call. Hey, guys, if you hear my phone going off in the background, just know it's a little bit more important than the stream. So
Yeah, all good.
It's all good,
We
all
got
good.
you.
Last
so
night.
catch me up. What happened?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
So we had Frank Hughes and Wayne Lowe getting a little bit of an incident there on pit road.
Really?
Where they had actually spun out, it looks like. So people have started to pit. We should see a lot more guys coming in here fairly soon. I believe that's Spencer Brown right there entering pit.
He actually got pushed down. He didn't enter the pits. He got pushed down coming out of turn, or going in turn one, and he got forced down to the apron.
Gotcha.
And see here at this track, you can get forced down below the apron, and there's not a penalty, unlike it would be if you're at an intermediate track. It's like Texas, Atlanta, Las Vegas, Talladega, Daytona, those
And
types
Tyler
of tracks.
Robertson's coming into the pit. looked like Mansfield was going to follow him, but he couldn't get it slowed down and lined up with pit road there.
Tough break. I don't know if you guys are also seeing this, but we have DJ Kenner sitting in 3rd place, 15 positions up from where he had started. It seems that strategy of not qualifying it is paying off.
Yeah, and he pitted on lap 16. He's been out for 44 laps now, and he just moved up to 2nd there, overtaking Mansfield.
Mansfield comes down.
But now we have to look at these guys like Matt Stewart, DJ Kenner, John Schuer, Brandon McLaughlin. And we have a caution out. John Schuer has crashed.
Oh, pretty hard.
Hard.
And that brings us out to caution number 3 tonight.
It's the first time I've seen a hood actually come off like that.
That may have been a heck of a hit. Like he tried to get to pit road and just couldn't. Oh, he couldn't. He grabs that inside wall barrier and grabs that. Off comes the front splitter. Holds it, holds it, holds it. Oh!
And that was Emos.
Jimmy
Emos.
Emos there.
Oh my gosh.
Hard
He didn't
hit.
even slow down.
That's crazy.
He didn't even slow down.
Let's watch that one more time. I gotta see. There we go.
We're just gonna roll. We're gonna slow this down, roll it back a little bit.
So he's just holding it because he knows guys are coming. So he doesn't want to get in the way. As you see Michael Whiting just skirt by there. And then you got...
See,
yeah,
you see what happened is
he
somebody...
really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he did. It was either that or he goes up into the wall. I mean, there's no good decision right there.
He didn't even seem to lock it down, and probably couldn't. I mean, it could have made his steering a lot worse.
Yeah, tough break. Hopefully, they make it to the pits all right. Well, we know he got towed.
The 714
Yeah.
does have a blown engine, it looks like, so maybe they can get a new one put in, one of the new cars off the truck and get him back out there.
So it looks like Brennan McLaughlin stayed out. I don't think he came in at the pit.
Yeah, probably
What an
not.
interesting strategy.
All right, guys. Well, that being said, we're going to take you guys side by side under caution number 3 here at the Monster Mile. So we'll be back right after these Twitch ads. All right, guys, we are coming back from caution number 3 here at Dover International Speedway. Miles the Monster has chewed another one up and spit them out. Ben, talk about it. What happened on that last wreck?
Let's see. It looked like Jimmy couldn't. Well, first of all, it looked like
John Schuer?
John Schuer got loose going down into the pits. Couldn't quite make it. Hit the barrier there, and then shot up into the middle of the track. And when the lap traffic started coming around, it looked like Jimmy Emos just couldn't make a move. He had somebody below him. Above him was the wall, and it looked like he just kind of was a deer in headlights and just smacked right into him. And unfortunately, I think he might be out of the race. It says he's in the pits.
Yep.
Hope he can make it back out here, but I'm pretty sure he's out of quick repairs, so we shall see.
Yep. He's been sitting on the pit road now for 4 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. So we'll see where we go there. These guys are getting lined back up here to go back green. I think I'm going to handle this one, guys. I didn't get a good one at the start, so I'll take a
Yeah,
screen.
you got it. Absolutely.
All right. Pace car is going to be turning off, going down that embankment down to the pit road. It looks like Kevin Coleman has opted for that inside or that outside line. Eddie Baker is taking the inside line. And looks like Eddie Baker's actually our leader. Apologize about that. Eddie Baker's going to bring him down to the restart zone, the Geico restart zone. Kevin Coleman's going to hang back just a hair. DJ Kenner is right behind Kevin Coleman, and we're green. And Eddie Baker and that outside or that inside line gets a heck of a jump on that outside line there.
There's that Mountain Dew car putting in work. I knew it would happen. Don't say I didn't tell you so.
Yep, and we did have everybody else pit that hadn't pitted earlier. So everybody's topped off on fuel. We should see some good green flag runs as Mike Killenbeck starts falling back. He's fell back to fourth now. Got some tight battle in action there. Tyler Robertson, Brian Mansfield, DJ Kenner, Brandon McLaughlin, all are racing hard back there. Don Warren, Gabe, all of them are racing hard as we single file out on the straightaways. And we're still kind of offset one another in these turns. You just hear the cars bouncing up and down this track.
Yeah,
this
that's suspension.
This track is going to beat these drivers to death as the number 9 car, the number 09 of Jeremy Gaiman grabs that outside wall there. Miles has got his eyes on him now.
He sure does, and congratulations to him for keeping that car straight. I mean, that was a lick.
Yeah, it was. And now he's got a battle with Wayne Lowe and the number 23 car. Who is the number 23 car?
Frank Hughes.
Frank Hughes.
Good old Frank.
Yep, there it is up there. Frank Hughes. They're going to battle these guys out now. Frank Hughes is a newcomer to the league. Tyler Robertson, Brian Mansfield is not, and so is Don Warren. Don Warren's not very good at this. This guy's got some veterans all around him. Hopefully he can make some moves and get to the front there. But Tyler Robertson and Don Warren's going to give him a run for his money.
Yeah, all these guys here, aside from one, all have their. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Tyler Robertson and still learning these cars, guys. It's only week 2, but Tyler Robertson and another car almost got together there.
I believe that was John Schur, the 714 Ally car.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's having a tough couple breaks here. What I was saying though, aside from it looks like 2 vehicles on the track, let me make sure. Everybody else out here has got either Class A or B license. These guys out here mean business and put down some great driving skills. Their I ratings are phenomenal. If you go and look at Matt Stewart, for example, his I rating is 2251, and his safety rating in his Class A 4 point is that 99? Yeah, I mean that's really that's really freaking good. So these guys out here know what they're doing.
I told you, man. I've been racing with these guys for a little while, and only moved into the booth last season, and I miss it. I've got a few series I run in, but these guys are just really too strong for me.
But the good thing about racing with these guys is they're lighthearted and they're willing to teach you how to race.
Yeah, for sure. Well, is that a SRX scheme that Matt Stewart's rocking in this week? Yep, SRX. I see it on the side. Wow, that's actually something I wish iRacing would get into the sim is those SRX cars. Have you seen those?
I'm not familiar.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead and take a quick Google search here. Hang on.
Tony Stewart and a few other guys, Bill Elliott, a lot of the older NASCAR guys are in the SRX series.
Yeah, I've seen that. Those are bad.
Yeah, they are. Eddie Baker is still our leader tonight. He's been leading a few laps now. He's got a little under a half a second lead over Mike Killenbeck. But Brandon McLaughlin's following right in behind him. Kevin Coleman's in 4th. Matt Stewart's in 5th. E.J. Kenner's in 6th. Brian Mansfield's in 7th. Tyler Robertson's in 8th. 9th is Don Warren. 10th is Frank Hughes. And everybody below Frank Hughes is at least a lap down. So then 11th is Gabe. And 12th is Wayne Lowe. 13th, Jeremy Gaiman. 14th, John Schurer. 15th, Michael Whiting. 16th, Spencer Brown. Jimmy Amos is still in the pits. He's in 17th, and Dominic Hughes is out of the race.
Andrew, I think me and you are going to have to take a class with Rob one of these days to work on Gabe's last name, because I think this guy's here to stay, and we can't let him go like that. Gabe Abdelhamid.
Abdelhamid.
See?
I'll work on it.
Yeah. Practice.
So what you do is you break it into 2 words, really. Abdel and Hamid, and put them together.
There you go. Easy as that. See, class is over.
And I didn't learn a thing.
Abdelhamid. Abdelhamid. All right, there we go. I'll forget it in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you will. All right, guys. These guys are spread out across the track. Let's crank it up as they get around here on this restart, or on this green flag. Oh, take that back.
Oh,
Brandon McLaughlin
yep.
sideways. I'll take it back.
He saved it.
Yeah, he did.
Looked like, was it just me, or did it look like something kind of, or was it a shadow? It looked like something came off his car, but I guess not.
Yeah,
Oh, he's in the wall. Yeah, something happened there.
Yeah, I think he must have got loose. Those tires are getting really worn out there. He may be starting to adjust some brake bias and stuff. But like I said, we're gonna crank it up, guys. Let's crank it up for you. These guys are hauling around this track this afternoon at Dover. As Brandon McLaughlin's still fighting that car, falling back. B.J. Kenner's passed him. Matt Stewart's passing him now, attempting that pass. Brandon was doing well. He's up to 3rd, and he's just, after getting to that wall, getting loose on the front stretch, getting to the wall in the back stretch, he's just had a tough time all night, or most of the night with this, as he almost gets to Matt Stewart there.
Yeah, he needs to get that thing into the pits. I think he's got some damage on there that he's having trouble maintaining his pace now. Or even a line at that. We'll see.
It's not, I mean, he is fighting the car for sure. Toe's not out of line. The linkage looks like it's good, so.
Yeah, his tires must just be worn. Now, did he, because it almost looked like he did not pit under that last caution.
He's got 20 laps of 20 laps, and everybody else is either 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. So in the top 10, the longest one been out there is Tyler Robertson, and he pitted 25 laps ago.
Hey, we still got the pit strategy info on the screen.
We do.
For any new viewers, you want to go over what the blue and yellow mean?
Yeah, so it's just different. It's a way for the eyes. It's easier for the eyes to see what's different. As you see, Baker's longest green flag. Hold on. Let's hold back what we're saying here. Brandon McLaughlin's in the wall off turn 4, and no caution flag is out. He's going to take out that green cone out of frustration, and he's going to carry it with him. He says, "This is mine, Miles.
It's my trophy.
Miles, this is mine, and I'm taking it." All right.
Yeah.
But this pit stint thing that I'm looking at here is just, it's easier for the eyes to look at. The 63 means that Baker pitted 63 laps ago, 24 laps ago. We can change it up here and see their actual pit stop lap right here. You can see what lap they actually pitted on. They pitted on 63. 63 is the lap time of the lap that they pitted on. And you can also go through here and see the lane time, so the time they entered pit road to the time they left, and actual pit stop time. And it looked like out of this, Don Warren had the shortest pit stop time of 14.8 seconds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a nice little feature we got here.
Yeah, for sure. Eddie Baker's going to come by and pass Brandon McLaughlin, putting him a lap down. Eddie Baker's just checking him off tonight.
Yellow, yellow.
And yellow flag is out. I did hear it on the front stretch. Tyler Robertson is around. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened to Tyler here. It looked like he just got around on that coming off of 4, but we'll see. Yeah, he started fighting it all the way down. And just gets her turned around there as he grabs the wall. And he is in the racing line, so good job to iRacing to throw that caution. And
It could have been a repeat of our last caution, if not.
yeah, for sure. Not super bad, but it does get everybody back together again. And maybe somebody can pass Eddie for that position up front. Kevin Coleman's up there to battle. Matt Stewart's right behind him. DJ Kenner's behind him too. So.
Oh.
And we have another pit stop. I knew it was coming.
These guys were fighting those cars, so they're gonna get it into the pits, get them fixed up as much as they can. Maybe take tires. What lap are we sitting on?
Lap number 92. Coming to 93.
92? Yeah, so they'll
This
likely
could be
get
the-
tires, hope for another caution, so they can grab that last set, and then they'll take it home to the finish.
Yep.
As you see Eddie Baker getting right sides right now. Only right sides.
Nope.
Left sides as well.
We got to get around there to the other side. And that's one thing iRacing on broadcast I wish would show is the guys on track. They're going to come off track, and Eddie Baker's going to win the battle on pit road, and we're going to have a battle coming down here to the end here on pit road. Tyler Robertson's finally into the pits. And the reason he couldn't go on with them was he was technically a lap down. So he had to wait one lap before coming in.
As it stands now, this is, I guess, could change before we go green. It looks like we got Eddie Baker, number 1. Kevin Coleman sitting in your number 2 spot. You got Matt Stewart. That's a name I haven't heard very much. Sitting in the number 3 spot. Jeremy Geeman sitting in number 4. And Brian Mansfield sitting in number 5. Actually, correction, it looks like Jeremy just took down into the pits. And we have Mansfield in 4th. And Mike Killingbet in 5th place.
Oh, John.
What is that? What happened there?
He just needs to hold it for just a second. I'm not sure what happened. We'll go back and look at that. Like he just got a little loose there. Maybe spun the tires or something. Warming the tires up. Keeping the tires. He had to heat them tires. He just gets around.
Maybe he's on. Hopefully he's not in first gear. Punches it. Yeah, kind of looks like what happened.
Yeah, his tires are toasted.
Good thing we're already under caution.
I understand the feeling there, John. So shake it off, brother. Take your position back up front where you was, and actually go down and grab you some tires because you're going to need them, man. I've done that a few times in the rookie series.
Hey, man. It happens to the best of us.
It looks like he's not taking tires. He is currently in the 13th position, a lap down, and I believe the Lucky Dogs already went around.
It's going to be a nice little battle that we have here. Everybody's got a fresh set of tires.
Yeah, Coleman's got a fresh set. Eddie Baker's got a fresh set. Matt Stewart's got a fresh set. Brian Mansfield's got a fresh set. Lots in the pace car are off. We're going to see how these guys do. We're going to check the weather again. We're at 90 degrees, so we fell below the threshold of optimal racing for these tires. So it's going to take a little bit longer as we progress for these tires to get up to their optimal racing temperatures. So where we were at about 5 laps to get that, we're probably looking at about 5.5 to 6 laps now. So
Slow and steady is the name of the game here. You don't want to get caught on some cold tires and ruin your night.
Yeah, for sure. And as we come down to the Geico Restart zone, we will be going back green here at Dover International. I wonder who Miles the Monster is going to pick on next.
It might be you if you don't hush up.
I'm in the booth. I'm safe. As they come off, Eddie Baker's going to lead him down to the Geico Restart zone. He's got 150 feet to make a decision on when he goes. Let's see where he goes at here as they come down to the green. Green flag's in the air. Eddie Baker's off. Kevin Coleman didn't get a jump. Nobody got a jump behind Eddie, and Eddie is off like a rocket ship that was made by Elon Musk.
Well, that would be cool to see a SpaceX car out here.
Yeah, for sure. As they come around turn 2, everything's still looking good back there. We're getting a look from the boardwalk, or from the catwalk, not the boardwalk.
Go for Cam.
And they get through first lap. Okay.
When we crank it up, I was kind of hoping they didn't. I was waiting for somebody to take off that camera on that safer barrier.
Yeah, for sure. That one's the smallest GoPro that the company can get.
We're on a tight budget right now.
Yeah, for sure. But we need to talk to the guy at Track Cams by Gourmet to help us out with something else. If y'all are wondering where we're getting our camera angles tonight, that is where we bought them from. Track Cam got by Gourmet. He does a lot of good camera angles. If you're looking for some for your iRacing experience, you can go onto his website. You can just Google Track Cams by Gourmet and pull them right up. A lot of the bigger professional broadcast agencies or companies do that or use those for iRacing. So we definitely got on board with his stuff.
Nice little shout out there, Andrew. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yep. We're not sponsored by them, but Lord,
we hope one day.
Yeah, maybe. Looks like Brian Mansfield is going to make the pass on Kevin Coleman for that second position, and Eddie Baker has put up a commanding 1.5 second lead over Brian Mansfield and Kevin Coleman.
Brian Mansfield is chugging along, though.
Yep. And Frank Hughes got a little loose going into turn 1 there. Kevin Coleman is going to grab the wall, and we have a battle for that third position, and Frank Hughes is going to take it from him. I've noticed tonight, and I don't know if you guys have either, but that high line is to get hung out to dry line. Have y'all noticed that?
Oh, absolutely.
As you see, Kevin Coleman still falling back in the pack here. Killenbeck is right on his tail.
It's like Brian Mansfield's got some trouble on his tail there.
Frank Hughes has been commanding all night long. He's good on fresh tires, but when he gets worn in, he doesn't have really a lot left. We have less than 50 laps to go here. We are going to see how these guys do the rest of the way. Are they going to have to pit stop? Are going to have? I can't even speak tonight.
Marbles
in my mouth, man. I got them. Are they going to have to pit again? Rob, what's your thought on that?
I think they're going to have to pit again just because tires are going to fall off. I know the track has cooled down a little bit, but as these laps count down, these guys are going to try and push even harder to get to the front. So you can see these guys pushing these cars harder than they have been. So tire fall off will be a thing. Fuel may be fine, but it's if they can handle the cars once these tires fall off and they don't have a lot of grip.
Oh, we have Jimmy is back on track, having troubles again. He has just left pit road and he's already having trouble again.
Let's take a look at did he get into the wall already?
He may have had optional damage he didn't repair.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He just took the base amount of repairs necessary, and it doesn't look like he's really doing him any favors right now.
Yeah, he's off the pace. These race officials need to get out there and tell him to pick up the pace or get off the track. He's going to cause an accident and take out some good guys if he don't speed up. As you see, number 44, Michael Whiting goes right on by.
You know, I think he wants to finish the race, but sometimes you just can't make it happen. And it's for the best of the race and everybody involved just to stay off the track.
Well,
if you can't help it.
When I was at Talladega in May, in real life Talladega, not the virtual track, we had a car that kind of looked similar, and every time he come close to pit road, he took it to get off the track, and just took his time around pit road and took his laps, and he still finished.
That's pretty smart.
So he had that big grass barrier there between him and the drivers, and he just stayed off the track, and he finished. They let him finish that way. So my fear is that, like right now, as they start sliding up to that high line, they're going to start collecting, and hopefully he don't accidentally turn into somebody, or the spotter doesn't do him wrong there. But Miles the Monster has absolutely obliterated him tonight.
That car has certainly seen better days.
Oh, as you see,
yep, go ahead.
you see 9 getting loose there, and I believe that may have been because Jimmy got to the wall there. I'm not trying to pick on you, Jimmy. We're just talking.
Absolutely.
We're just seeing what we're seeing.
It looked like McLaughlin got in a wall there on that.
Yeah, I've seen that. And the number 9 car, Jeremy Gaiman, he's having trouble handling that car now on that low line.
Now, to follow up on your question from earlier, Rob was answering it. I do think these guys are going to have to pit.
What lap do you think they'll have to do it? Because, I mean, when you're within 10 laps, if you're pitting, then you did your fuel strategy wrong. So
Right. Now, I don't think it's going to be fuel as much as it is tires. I do think fuel is going to play a part in it for some of these guys out here, depending on what they took earlier. But I'm thinking within the next 15 laps, I think people are really going to, I don't know, 15 or 20 laps, I think people are going to start pitting in. I think the car is going to get real loose. And I'm almost guaranteeing you some of these guys up front are just hoping for a caution here within the next, I'd say 15, 20 laps.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I was going to say much of the same. Like, we're probably 125-ish with 25 to go. They may look toward tires depending on how much they've saved. But really they're hoping for a caution to come out so that, they'll be able to go down pit road and not have to worry about getting lapped. Because these pit times are, roughly, 40-ish seconds, it looks like.
And you guys tell me what you would do, but if it were me and I had to pit on green, I think I'd go in, take 2 rights and just a splash of fuel if I needed it and get right back on the track.
See, I think they're good on fuel. I'd probably take right sides, and then be good with it.
I'm on board with what Ben said though, because it's sitting like IMSA where you cannot be fueling and changing tires at the same time. While they're changing that right sides out, they should opt for something like fill me till the car drops, and then pull out when the car drops and let me take off. Because any bit of weight you have in that rear end is going to help you maintain your grip on the car. If you're running with 2 gallons at the end of the race, or if you're working with 2 gallons at the end, that car's rear end's going to be loose because the weight's not back there. But if you're able to put fuel in while the car's up, getting their right sides put on, I do agree with the right sides completely. But I also agree that they should opt for some fuel until the car drops and they can take off. That's my strategy.
We're just gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. Now, if we get a caution, what are you thinking there, Andrew? I mean, Rob, what'd you do if we had a caution and we got into the pits? What would you take?
If a caution comes in, really it depends where you are in the field. If you're sitting 9th, 10th, I'd probably take 4 and a splash. Like Andrew said, to put the weight in the back end, because the guys up front are only going to take 2, so you may have a little grip and you may have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to that, because their left sides are going to be worn and you're going to have fresh ones, so it's hard to say.
Well, I think it comes down to this. Tyler Robertson just overtook Eddie Baker. Tyler Robertson currently holds that number 1 pit stop box. Eddie Baker holds number 2. Brian Mansfield holds number 3. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Eddie Baker and Tyler Robertson. Who started the racing first?
Wayne Lowe.
Wayne Lowe did. Okay, so Wayne Lowe holds that front pit stall.
No, sorry. It wasn't Wayne Lowe.
Is it Mike Whiting? Yes.
I think
Mike
so,
Whiting.
yeah.
It was Nick
So Mike Whiting holds that front position. He's a lap down, so he's out of contention right now, unless he gets ahead of Brandon McLaughlin to get that wave around. Eddie Baker started third, so he's the third pit stall back. Tyler Robertson started second, so he's the second stall. Those two, they're going to have to take the longest to get to their pit stop. But somebody like Jeremy Gaiman, who started 14th, well, he could get right into his pit stop, do what he needs to do, and take back off. And potentially...
Got somebody going to the pits, it looks like.
Yep, and potentially win the battle off pit road and move him up 10 spots. I've seen it happen. It happens all the time. So it really depends on where you're sitting at on the pit stops too, or pit box. So, you know, you have to play with that strategy as well. You need to get in, get out. The right sides is really your problem tonight, and you need weight in the rear end. So you make the call
our original
there.
strategy, yeah. I think, you know, my original strategy that we agreed on, both rights and a splash, I think that's what I would stick with no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
As you see Tyler Robertson bobble a little bit there.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to battle that car. Look at these pit stints. Tyler Robertson, everybody seemed to pit on that last caution. So, they all pitted on lap 91, and Jeremy Gaiman pitted on lap 92 because he was lapped down as Eddie Baker gets sideways.
He kept it straight.
And he lost some valuable time on Tyler Robertson there.
He did. So I think this is where the car's tires are going to start falling off. And you're going to see these guys start to struggle and drift around these turns a little bit. And you might see somebody dip here into the pits here shortly if we remain green.
Yeah, I'm really curious how green flag pit stops are going to affect these guys. You know, we've only had 4 cautions tonight for 150 laps. So that means on average you're having 100 and... I know about 35 to 40 laps of green flag runs. So if history serves us correctly, we should be green the rest of the race.
Be interesting. I think these guys will be...
Mansfield coming to the inside of Eddie Baker there.
Yep.
A little bit.
Knowing Brian, he's holding back. As you can hear the throttle on and off.
Yeah, Brian Mansfield may make this pass here. Maybe.
Him and Eddie are both very conscious drivers in what they're doing. They're not the type of driver to say like I am, where hey, I'm just gonna push as hard as I can. If I get there, great. You know, that they really strategize and think about it's chess, not checkers for these guys.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
As you see, Kevin Coleman appears to be coming back up.
Yep, and Gabe has just entered pit road there as you see him enter the pits. My mind's drawing blanks today.
It's all right, man.
We all have those days.
So that Jimmy, he's just trying to survive, like y'all said. He's doing a good job keeping it off the wall and keeping it out of everybody's way. So I will commend him on that for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure
you know, the other team's spotters are in his spotter's ear saying, hey, we're coming around, get high. So he's not blocking them and they can pass fairly easily.
As you see him getting ahead of Matt Stewart there. Matt Stewart makes the safest move around him there. And you could also kind of get a little bit of a draft pull from it too.
Got back into the wall. He's just having a rough night. Hopefully next week he'll show back up and put him on a better show.
Well, where are we going next week, Rob? Because I may or may not be in the booth next week. I don't know. I hadn't decided.
It better be.
Oh, no. I thought we were going to Talladega. That's August. I thought that's August 10th.
We're going to Michigan.
Sorry.
And we're going to Talladega tomorrow. So
we are going to
Talladega out there.
Oh, is that it?
Yep. We're going to Talladega tomorrow in the Cup cars.
That'll be a fun.
See, ain't gonna let me race.
No, not the next gen series. You race in the Speedway series.
You're not my dad.
Can be.
But he is your co-host.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, you win this battle. I'll talk to you on August 9th.
Maybe Dad will forget by then.
Yeah.
You know how that is.
All right, well, guys, we've come to the point of the stream. We're under 20 to go. We're going to start focusing on the leaders as much as we can because there are going to be some position battles. Where these guys are going to pit, we don't know. I will ask everybody if you want to. If you're not following the channel, make sure you follow the channel on Twitch. If you are watching us on YouTube, because our broadcasts are uploaded to YouTube 24 hours after we broadcast, you can go follow the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/United Racing Network. It's all one big old long thing. Type it in like that. You'll find our channel. Make sure you at least follow us so you can see when we go live on Twitch and catch the action for Happy Hour Racing live. If you're feeling generous, you can leave us some subscriptions. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually subscribe for free if you have have an Amazon Prime account. So if you have that, you can subscribe for free, and it doesn't cost you a dime, not even on your Amazon account. And if you're feeling even more generous, our donation links down below in the About section, and even below this video if you're watching on Twitch. Everything that we get goes 100% back into the channel. So, anything that comes to our way, we appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. And you want to tell them about the other races we cover while we have a
stand by. Gabe's got an issue back there. Gabe come back on the track in front of everybody, and it caused a... stand by. Look like
DJ Kenner and Frank Hughes there as Eddie Baker comes up beside him.
that was close.
And so it looked like Eddie Baker may have pitted because he's now showing a lap down.
I'm looking here. Yep, Eddie Baker did pit. Took him 15.17 seconds. So now Robertson, Mansfield, Coleman, Kenner, Hughes, Stewart, Warren, and Killenbeck have to pit. And they all are going to have to pit before the end of this race, unless they save fuel under caution.
No, it may not even be a fuel thing because I believe they went 50-some laps without fuel on that long green flag run.
Yeah, true.
So it may just be tires for Eddie, and he's hoping that the guys in front of him, come down and grab tires as well, or maybe he's hoping that they don't, so they're going to be loose. So with him on fresh tires, he's going to be faster, he's going to have more grip, and he'll be able to overtake them fairly easily.
Yeah, and he just overtook Tyler Robertson there. So Eddie Baker should be back on the lead lap here.
Is that going to leave him enough time to get back up to the front of the
He
pack?
may actually be. No, he's showing one lap down now.
No.
Eddie Baker is. So, but he's making he's like a surgeon in surgery, cutting through these guys.
That's right.
He is on the move for sure for that front position. He's praying that Robertson, Mansfield, and Coleman at least attempt to pit tonight. We're almost 10 to go here at Dover International, and we are about to have a good race on our hands if we can get maybe everybody get back together, because technically Eddie Baker, well, he's got to pass Brandon McLaughlin. Oh, man.
There it is.
And Eddie Baker is not going to get the lucky dog tonight for that position. Brandon McLaughlin is.
Yeah.
Let's go back and take a look at Frank Hughes.
This gets loose.
Oh, he grabs the side of Killenbeck there. Killenbeck does well keeping it off the wall up top. And you can see that inside tire there is just gone.
It's cattywampus.
Cattywampus. All right, so we have to see where we're going to end up tonight for these guys to Brandon McLaughlin
Okay.
should get the lucky dog.
Real quick news: got Tyler Robertson, Brian Mansfield, Kevin Coleman, DJ Kenner, Don Warren, Matt Stewart, and Mike Killenbeck all in pit road right now.
Okay. So we're going to tag along with Brandon McLaughlin here. He is ahead of Eddie Baker, who would be second in line for that lucky dog position. And it
Actually, looks like they've both come on to the lead lap.
Yeah, it does. Brandon McLaughlin is coming onto the lead lap now.
Now, if Eddie went ahead and pit early, that strategy might not be what he had hoped would pan out in the long run here. As Tyler Robertson gets out of the pits first.
I'm very curious to how these guys are going to do tonight when it comes down to the restart. Surely the Eddie Baker is going to have to go back around the field one time. So
I think his night might be over in terms of podium position.
never count anybody out, but
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out.
he's got fresh tires, but he doesn't have as fresh as the guys behind him. So
Yeah, but everybody in front of him, though, and the fact that we have what, seven.
we'll have 7 or 6 laps at the restart.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough,
I don't think this is going to be the last caution of the night.
Yeah.
I don't
does.
think so. With 6 to go, and we'll probably be, 4 to go by the time we go green?
We
That's
are
gonna be
6 to
dumb.
go. We should be 6 to go when we go green.
Okay.
Maybe
Then,
even 7.
Yeah, then you'll see these guys push really, really hard.
Yeah, so I don't think this is the last caution we've seen tonight.
I don't think so. I can see this going in overtime.
Definitely, and we have 2 green-white checkered overtimes here at Happy Hour. We will hopefully not see them both, but I kind of hope we see one of them because that's when the action really starts.
Now, we
Yeah.
do have Neil Strader in the comments here. He said he thinks that Eddie was kind of forced to go into the pits because he was falling off with his tires there. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
as they get waved around, it looks like.
Yeah, they'll go to the back of the
They'll-
field.
Yeah, they'll join the back of the field because they were out front of the leaders.
Yep.
And these guys, that means that everybody should be lining up 2 file, double file, 2 file, however you want to call it. Tyler Robertson's going to be your leader. Brian Mansfield, I'm not going to jinx it, but he's outside. Now, Brian Mansfield has been bit way too many times by the Geico Restart Zone, so he's going to be very conservative on this restart here.
Andrew, I want to hear you get loud and excited on this green flag right here.
Loud and excited?
Yes.
I can do that. Let me,
This could be the last one of the night.
yeah, for sure. Let me see how we do it here. I got a button over here. Let's see if I can get a little loud.
A little excited.
A little excited. All right, guys. No, I'm joking. As Tyler Robertson brings him around, Brian Mansfield starting on the outside, Kevin Coleman behind Tyler Robertson, DJ Kenner behind Brian Mansfield. We're going to enter that Geico Restart Zone, and we're going to get started today.
There we go, Andrew. As Tyler Robertson takes a commanding lead over Kevin Coleman and Brian Mansfield. Brian Mansfield falls back into third, and Kevin Coleman looks like he's putting a little bit of gain on old Tyler Robertson there.
Yep, Eddie Baker's already made his way up to 9th. He started 10th. He made his way around Brandon McLaughlin there on that restart. Hopefully pushing to the front here. Matt Stewart's in 7th. Jeremy Gaiman's in 8th. They're all battling for position, but we're going to stick to the guys up front. We have 5 to go, coming to 4 to go at the line. And this is about to be a great finish here when we get down here to lap number 1 to go. But like I said, Miles the Monster, he's peeking. You see him back there over the grandstands back there? He's looking for somebody to grab him. And
I think it might just be a little too late, man. I hate saying that.
yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna see a good finish here. Brian Mansfield's pushing his way to Kevin Coleman. Kevin Coleman's pushing his way to Tyler Robertson. Tyler Robertson doesn't have a lot to do. Kevin Coleman gets sideways coming out of turn 4.
And Brian Mansfield is in position to take over that spot, but Kevin holds him off.
Yep, and DJ Kenner's just in that inside where Brian can't get down. He does get finally down, and Kevin Coleman did hold it there. We're going to go to Kevin Coleman and watch him exit turn 4 again. That was interesting. Good driving. He's a good wheelman, man.
Oh, yeah.
Grabs the wall again.
See, these are our veteran drivers up here. We see them week in and week out, just putting on a show every week. Every race they do, we're talking about these guys. I mean,
yeah,
hats off.
Tyler Robertson's going to bring him around here one more time as we come down to the white flag presented by Admin Box tonight. We are going to see if Tyler Robertson can make it around one final time. The white flag is out. DJ Kenner is, I'm sorry, that's Jimmy Amos. Is he going to cause an issue to Tyler Robertson?
Oh, no.
Tyler Robertson, oh my gosh.
Oh.
Tyler Robertson got held up there. Kevin Coleman's on his rear end.
He's the first. Oh.
Kevin Coleman's going to bump. Tyler Robertson's going to come down the line. Kevin Coleman's going to step outside, and it's going to be Tyler Robertson at the line by about a car and a half. Tyler Robertson is your leader and your winner tonight, followed by Kevin Coleman, Brian Mansfield, DJ Kenner, Don Warren, Matt Stewart, Mike Killenbeck, Jeremy Gaiman, Eddie Baker finished 9th on the lead lap, thank God. Brandon McLaughlin was in 10th. I got a sore throat. Rob, finish out.
So we got Wayne Lowe finishing 11th, John Shear 12th, Spencer Brown 13th, Gabe Abdelhamid in 14th, Frank Hughes 15th, Michael Whiting 16th, Jimmy Emos finished 17th, and Dominic Hughes finishes 18th.
Oh my gosh.
That was, hey, Jimmy stayed out there and put on a show at the end.
He
really did.
You couldn't have timed it any better.
Oh my gosh.
Well, congratulations to our winner, Tyler Robertson. Where did he start tonight? Let's take a look here. He started in 2nd place. Wow, congratulations to him, followed by Kevin Coleman, Brian Mansfield. Wow, that's our top 3 of the night.
Yep.
And we will chat with them in just a second.
Yep. I just want to talk about our biggest mover to the night. That's, of course, it's going to be DJ Kenner, moving from 18th to 4th with 14 positions gained. And our toughest break of the evening goes to Mike Whiting, who started 1st, ended up finishing 16th with a few laps down.
All right, so.
Ooh, I'm exhausted after that.
All right, let's see if we can get Tyler down here. Tyler, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Got you, man.
All right, well, you know, you started in 2nd. It was a hell of a run, and you ended up finishing 1st. How are you feeling tonight after you conquered the mile?
My hands hurt. My hands hurt. I don't know. Them cars, that track, it's such a fine line, and it's so hard to, I don't know, it's so hard to be consistent. They get so loose. They're loose they feel good for about 10 laps, and they get loose for about 20. Then they feel real good for another 10, and then it's just a balance effect, and it's so hard to. There's comers and goers on a whole run, and I mean I'm glad to get it over with, because when I got around Eddie that last run, I thought, okay, well, I should be able to hold on to it because my car started coming to me, and then all of a sudden that caution came out, and I was like, who's gonna stay out on old tires? But luckily everybody came in.
Yeah, for sure. Jimmy, okay, so first off, I know you're probably a little upset at the lap car. Jimmy Amos, who caused Kevin to get close to you there at the end. But First off, I want to give Jimmy credit for staying out there and finishing the race like he did. I will give him that. He did finish the race. His car looked like crap, and he was 50-something laps down. But he finished the race. Now, being devil's advocate there, he almost caused you to lose that position because Kevin Coleman was not slowing down. So talk us through that last lap when you approached that lap car.
Well, that was the second time that he had ran in the racing groove. In the whole race, he had been up, 2 grooves up out of the way, which is fine. I mean, you're going to race how you want to race, but if you're not keeping if you're not keeping the speed up in your car with with like the with the at least the field, you can't be pulling down in front of the leaders. When you're 50 laps down, it's just it's not racing etiquette. It's not. I mean, I understand what's going on, but you got to be respectful to if we all got to be respectful to everybody, then everybody else has to be respectful back. So it can't just go one way, no matter how slow you are, how fast you are. It doesn't matter. You got to be respectful every way. Now, that last run when he came down in front of me and I had to really check up and Kevin got there, I make sure I tried to pull down as low as I could because I thought Kevin was just gonna 3 wide me right there, and that would have been bad because he would have spun me and I would have spun Jimmy.
Yeah, for sure. I think you may be having words with Jimmy after the fact, but that's what y'all are going to handle at the haulers tonight. Congratulations on your win, Tyler. You're looking good for points so far. We'll get updated points, and as Brian posts them, we'll get them updated on our system, and we'll broadcast them next Wednesday. Are you ready for Michigan?
Not Michigan, but I will say I am really prepared for Richmond, and I think Andrew
my home
knows.
track.
Yep, Andrew knows about me in Richmond. Mason knows about me in Richmond. The short tracks are where I live, so
Yep. You sound like me with a super
Richmond.
late model race.
Yeah, I'm prepared for Richmond. I'm not prepared for Michigan. I think the rest of the field probably has me covered on that one.
There you go. Well, good job tonight, man, and we'll see you next week at Michigan. Hopefully, you can at least finish in the top 5 to maintain your points.
I hope so, man. I've been struggling. I struggled at Homestead. I couldn't get around that. I couldn't even get out of my own way at that track. But yeah, I'll see y'all at Michigan.
See you, buddy.
I appreciate it. All right,
That
let's
was
see if we can
tough.
get Kevin down here. Kevin, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Loud and clear, man.
All right. Well, it was a hell of a race for you. You almost had Tyler on that last lap when he got mixed up with Jimmy Emos there. Run us through that. What was going through your mind when you saw them almost coming together there?
Honestly, I really wanted to go high, but I thought it was going to be a little too hectic, so took my chances with the bottom, and I didn't want to crash everybody in the last lap, so I just kind of checked up and tried my best to get off the turn, and it was loose as hell. So it was fun, lots of fun. Track was fun, like on ice after 20 laps on the tires. So that's how I like it.
Yeah.
Nice and sketchy.
You did well tonight. You gained 4 positions. You started 6, so you kind of had to fight your way back through the field a few times when you went to the pits. But overall, you did well tonight. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the new guys that joined the league in the podium spots, but it's always good to see some veterans out there. And this is the first time. I think this is the first time we've ever talked to you. Is that right?
Yeah, I was. Mason was telling me that I needed to make sure I got my Discord all set up so I could chat. So that was the plan.
Hey, you're always up front, man. So it's glad to finally have you in here.
Yeah, and
I appreciate it.
That 00 Wawa car, is that what you're gonna be rocking all season?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll change it up. We'll see.
There you go. Well, good job on your second place finish, getting the silver tonight. I will mention though, you did get almost completely sideways. You wheeled man the heck out of that car, as we went to the white flag. I didn't think that car was stepping out that far, but I'm looking at it here on the replay, and you were almost sideways. Were you worried about Brian Mansfield at all when that happened?
Oh yeah, I was looking in the mirrors as soon as I started. It turned all the way to the right. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, "Oh man, here we go."
All right. Well, Rob and Ben, you got anything else for old Kevin tonight?
No, man.
No.
Great racing for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun out here.
All right, Kevin. Well, we appreciate you joining us here in the booth, and we hope to catch you next week in Michigan.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
See you, buddy. And we'll
All right.
get our third place finisher, Brian Mansfield, in here.
Yeah. Brian, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Oh, tell me his headset's on. I want to talk to him.
Come on, Brian. We need to hear from you.
He was my pick, and I'm talking to him, and he's not here.
Well, you could talk to him. Just talk to him, man.
I will. Well, Brian, I tell you what, Miles the Monster didn't have nothing on your autism awareness number 11 Chevy tonight. Good job tonight. Kevin Coleman was just a little better than you tonight, unfortunately, but DJ Kenner was knocking on your door, but you didn't let him come in. So, good job,
I mean,
Brian.
Can't complain much for Brian. I mean, he had a win last night and then a third place tonight. I mean, he's got to be feeling good. I do know Brian runs a lot of our Facebook, or not our happy hours Facebook. So he might be over there doing a few things, updating the page there. So congratulations to Brian. Guys, while we have a second, do we want to go over the rest of the week's schedule and what we're racing and where we're racing?
Yeah, I can do that. So tomorrow night, we are going to be racing the GT3 series here on here with Happy Hour. We're going to be going live at 6:30. We will
6:30 Eastern or Central.
Yeah, Central.
7:30 Eastern.
Yes. I'm gonna just let Rob handle it. He's good at that.
Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be in the GT3 Series Americas, starting at 7:30 Eastern here on Twitch, and we're going to Watkins Glen International.
That is my favorite road course of all time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I know it was, a great race when we were there last season, and I can't wait to see what the guys can do out on the track tomorrow night.
Now, you remember when you got turned on your head in the MX-5 series there?
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that.
No, you didn't get turned on your head. Somebody ended up on top of you.
Yeah. So somebody ended up on top of my car. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then after that race, it's not broadcasted. It will not be broadcasted, unfortunately. But if you are watching and you'd like to join Happy Hour, you can. It stays open all year round for people to join throughout the season. But tomorrow night we're doing Talladega Super Speedway for the Super Speedway Series in what cars, Rob?
In the Cup cars.
Gen 6.
Yeah.
Right? Gen 6
cars.
Yep. Thank
Then
God we're not in
I'll,
the car tomorrow. Thank God.
I'll go ahead and tell the rest of the folks here, if you want to join Happy Hour Racing, you can find us on Discord and on Facebook. And you can find us on iRacing. That's how you request to join the league. Sunday nights we do Mazda MX-5, and do we do trucks on Monday?
Arca on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go, Rob, you take it over.
All right. So we got Arca on Sunday, and we got MX-5 Sundays. Monday we run the
truck series.
Yeah, we run the truck series. Tuesday nights we run Indy Oval and GT3 Pan America, and then we got
Eurasia, not Pan America,
or Eurasia, whatever.
There's two of them.
Wednesday we got the Next Gen series. Then on Thursdays we have our GT3 Americas series, as well as the Super Speedway series. So there is a lot of different races and different cars that we offer here at Happy Hour. And yeah, if you want to join, the Facebook link is in the info boxes down below. So you can check them out, and you'll be able to get the Discord invite link from there.
Yep.
And yeah.
Well, this race was fun, guys. I'm gonna get ready to go to Talladega tomorrow, so I don't have anything else for the fans. I've did my spiel for the evening. So y'all got to say anything else?
I have to say thanks for stopping by and catch me at Watkins Glen tomorrow in the back of the field. Hopefully not crashing and finishing the race, and that's all I can hope for.
Rob, you got
Yep.
anything else?
Well, we'll be watching for you, and I'd just like to thank everybody that stopped by and watched the 150 miles we did here at Dover, and yeah, I'd just like to thank Happy Hour Racing for allowing us to broadcast, as well as our sponsors, because without them, we would not be here. So, yeah, that's all I have to say tonight, and we hope to catch you guys tomorrow at Watkins Glen for the GT3 Series Americas.
There you go. Well, with that being said, guys, we're gonna end it here. Hope y'all enjoyed the night's broadcast. You can check it out tomorrow on YouTube after our back-end producer Jacob Burton gets that thing uploaded. We're excited that you come out with us tonight. Make sure you drop a follow if you haven't. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. With that being said, I think we're going to sign off. Have a good night, guys, and we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow evening. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.